Whoa! Give it up for Aaron McIntyre. It's our Valentine's Day special. He's got us going along with our director of marketing is here, Billy Ramirez, otherwise known as Guillermo. And we have for your diamonds, our girl's best friend. We have Johnny B here, who's shadowing today. Give him a round of applause. He's our bodyguard over here. And a lot of stuff goes on Valentine's Day, as well as at the LA School of Comedy. If this is your first time, it's a great place to be. If people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you take it from the page to the stage, and it sounds like a hack line, but it's the truth. And if you're in New York and you think that this is expensive, take a class with my coach, okay? And you will know. I recommend a lot of stuff here. I recommend Steven Rosenfield if you're in New York City. I do recommend him. I recommend D.F. Sweedler, who's also at the comic strip. Don't know why I'm telling you all this, but you're going to want to do comedy somewhere else, and you got to be ready. So this is the place where you get ready. So you wanted to ask about the class. If it's different because you're going to learn like New York and L.A., and it's different, and she knows that. Like in New York, if they go like this and you go like this, they go like this. You understand? It's over. And you don't get back on. You can't get back on. It's incredible. What I think is great that's going on here is that we have a new facet of this program called the Film Actors Cafe, which will also be taught by Aaron McIntyre. And I'm so grateful for that because I can't remember shit. I'm sorry I cursed, but I just can't. Don't worry, my Jewish friends aren't watching, so they don't have a TV. You know what? I have to tell you something. When you're a producer and you got to produce things, it's amazing. So I have to produce a clean show, and she knows who the rabbi is, okay? She knows who this we're talking about, you know. All right? And it's my Mentz. It's my favorite rabbi, and you see him on television often. He's very funny. Oh, you believe this? LA School of Comedy, he's on TV all the time?
Yeah. Fox.
I know.
I love Fox.
Oh, it's so funny. Fox is so white, my eyes hurt. It's white. It's white. Too white. It's too white. No, it doesn't have to do with color. The hair's all white. I was on there with Tom Shalhoub. I've been on, and you know, when I was on Fox and I was like, you know, on these shows, my husband would say, "I'm not watching that fake news," and da-da-da-da-da. Look who's foxing now. I don't even know how I got into the Foxy thing. Maybe I look like Foxy Brown. You're too young to know who Foxy Brown is. You think Foxy Brown is a new mushroom. And I was watching the Alfred Hitchcock episode. Somebody should watch Alfred Hitchcock where the kids are growing mushrooms in the basement. Is that up here?
No.
Oh, you think Wise Guy?
No, he's scratching his...
Oh, you know why I'm scratching? I got birds out of nowhere. I can't even talk about it. They were being abused, and my daughter told me there's 2 birds being abused downstairs in the pot store in New York where I live. And like, I would know it's a pot store, I can't help it. And I said to her, if I don't see it, it's not happening. You understand? If you don't see something, you don't have to deal with it. And then I went downstairs and saw them lighting these birds on fire. And I'm like, no, this is not happening. And I like fried chicken being half black, right? So all I can tell you is the major truth is that I took a towel, and now they're living with me. I took them upstairs. I said I'm just going to keep them for a day. I called Delta Airlines, and I flew the birds to Cal. This is what happens when your kids can do to you. She's walking through the airport telling people, that's my mother's birds. Now I'm watching things on YouTube. People get 9 million views on birds. They just put the bird thing in there. I'm telling you, we got Billy. I know you think I'm crazy, but look, when I leave, I put on that bird station because they're on top of me. No, they are. They're always. I take them to the laundromat. I walk around the laundromat. This Asian woman looked at me. I was like, "This is not dinner." I'm kidding. Are you kidding me? I say, "What's new, pussycat?" No, I'm just kidding. I can say that. You know, I had Asian fever. Had it. Oh my God. But I was with a Japanese guy, Mitsuyoshi, and he was born on the other side, and his mother hated me. She said, "I want my son will Japanese woman. I don't want my son will cuddle woman." And I brought my cousin there, and I go, "This is my cousin Eve." And she goes, "Oh, cousin. Colored people always got cousins." She goes, "And colored people, very, very cluttered. They have cluttered. Attic is always cluttered." I was like, "Well, don't go to the Jews' home because you'll talk about us too. Are you kidding me? When you're Jewish, you're like, don't open that door. Shut the fuck up. Tell me I have the flu. You tell me I have COVID. Don't you open that door." because Mayte wasn't there yet. Not Mayte. Oh, I have a cleaning lady that doesn't speak one word of English. I just want to say that. But when I told my husband she doesn't speak one, I know, we're Spanish Jews from Spain. I can understand. And she walked in and said, "Hola." That's about it. She's not one word of English. So, and I speak Italian to her. She'll understand. I say Blanco. I mean Blanco. I don't know where I am, what I'm doing. What I know is that we are ready to start this show with the director of the Film Actors Cafe. Let's give it up for the one and only Aaron McIntyre. Let him hear you.
I just wanted some walk-on music. I've always wanted. We gotta have some walk-on music, don't you think?
I got a whole album.
Yeah, we'll just have to put it on. We'll just do a little player over there. We'll put some up. I like it. I love her. Oh my God, I love her. That Ricky Martin. Oh my God. Hey, how are you? Good. Nice to see you. It's a safe place. Don't worry, it's a safe space. We're not going to assault you or anything, so. Yet. Yeah, exactly. This one. You got to watch out for this one here. This one here, she's going to take your head right off. All right. I am bald. No, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea what I was going to say. I had all of this stuff, like, figured out. I was, I started talking about it the other night. Actually, I've talked about it a lot. I've been reading the Bible. You read the Bible? Have you read the Bible? Yeah. Is it's like the best story ever told, right? Bullshit. It is not the best story ever told. It is the longest, most boring thing I've ever read in my life. But I'm committed. I've gotten through Theseus and Exodus and Jehoshaphat and all of the other stuff, whatever. All of the people. It's not like a book, really. It's more like just an endless blog. It's like a big blog that a bunch of people wrote. It's like, oh, I'm going to add a little bit in there. Yeah, then I'll talk about this. I think they did have some kind of a writer's room. Where there's a bunch of people sitting around talking about the Bible and what we're going to talk about. Genesis starts off beautifully with, and then God created, but that's all they had to say. They didn't have to go into, and then there was like a void, because they come out and say he created the heaven and the earth, right? And then in the second, then they say, but the earth was void and formless. It's like, okay, so you just wanted to back off and pull back a little bit. And now we're going to create light, and then we're going to create this. And 7 days, I think you should have taken Tuesday off as well. Either that or make it a half day. Just make it a half day. I think it would have carried on. To the people out there, anybody out there who is, devout Christian, really grab onto that book and say, oh yeah, it's all about that, how the homosexuals don't be spreading your seed on the ground. That's all it meant. Just don't spread your seed on the ground. You can do it anywhere else. You can do it in a tube sock. It's fine, but just not on the ground. Just don't put it on the ground. Because it could grow something, I guess. I don't know, but there's a lot of rules in there, and I would ask everyone out there who has read the Bible and follows this thing, when was the last time you made a burnt offering, right? And barbecue in the backyard does not count, okay? Because you eat that shit. You don't, do it for God. Let God have some, because God is a jealous God. Did you hear that? He says it. He comes right out in front and says, "I'm jealous. I'm a jealous God." And then he makes these people work their asses off, man. They got to build a box, to hold the tablets, and it's got to be 1.5 cubits by 1.5 cubits. It's got to have gold inlay. It's got to have silk on the inside. Then it's got to have some horns on the side. And then I want a little gilt over here. And then I want that. And I want this. And I want that. Then build me a tabernacle. Then make a bunch of clothes. He had this poor guy making clothes for his brother. Make him some kind of a sashy thing with satin and blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on and on. And then every time he goes and tells another person that this is what he's going to do, he goes through the whole recipe again. It's like from the beginning to the end, they need references. They need just, once you get to the second time, if you know how to build an ark, see Exodus. If you don't know how to build an ark, see Exodus chapter 2, and then it would be a pamphlet. It wouldn't be a book. It wouldn't be a big, long book. But you can't plant you can't plant two crops next to each other. Come on, man. That's going to cut down. The farmers are going to have a really hard time with that. And I'm sure that there's lots of farmers out there who are growing corn and alfalfa next to each other, and they haven't gone to hell, right? How many people out there who are these adherents to the Bible? Is anyone wearing a cotton blend? Anything with wool, anything with polyester, you should be dead. I mean, they say you're going to be dead, right? Right? I mean, I have 2 daughters, and I'm thinking about selling them into slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because I can do that. According to the Bible, it says there, your daughters, you can sell them, sure. I don't know what the statute is, though. Maybe they're too old at this point, you think? I actually had one daughter until 3 years ago. 2 years ago. I had one daughter till 3 years ago. And then I got another one. She's 41. And didn't know she was around until I did 23andMe. And, my younger daughter called me up and said, "Is it possible I have a sister?" And she told me her last name, and I said, "Yeah, you got a sister." Turns out my best friend raised my daughter. Did a really good job. She's a good person. We've been corresponding, back and forth. But I don't think I could sell her. I don't think so. I don't think that would work. There's in the Bible, there's just way too much begetting. Begetting and begoting. Right? So and so begat so and so and so and so and so, and it just goes on and on. And now all of these, Christian right fundamentalist people are like really latching on to this whole thing. I mean, I heard a congressman say, "Read Exodus." And if you read Exodus, it's very veiled racism. It's very, and then he came out and he held his brother's heel, and the younger one will be in charge of the younger one will be in charge of the older one, and it's just it's all very, very, very sketchy. I don't like it. It's a book of hate and love, It really is. It's a book of love. We're all loved. You are loved. You're special. And then the next one is like, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. The next thing that comes up is like, if your kid talks back to you, you can kill him. It literally says, that you can kill them, Anybody play football? You should be dead. You should be dead because you're touching pigskin, for God's sakes. It says very clearly, if you touch a fucking pigskin, you will surely die. That's what it says. Unbelievable. Thank you. What was that?
2-minute warning.
That's a 2-minute warning. I want the light. No. Let's hear what else.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's just so I had a whole thing because with the jealous God and that he's so demanding, making people work their asses off. He's like a bad girlfriend, I mean, seriously, like a really shitty girlfriend is what God is like. Don't get me this. I want that. I don't want that. No, I'm jealous. Who are you talking to? What other books are you reading? He didn't write the thing anyway. He didn't write it. It was a bunch of people. It's just a bunch of, over the centuries. They just kept adding to it and adding. That's why I think it's a blog. It's a blog. The bloggle is what they should call it. Not the Bible. It's the bloggle. Should be the bloggle. Yeah, the Bligle. The Blible. Well, actually, there is. I used to work for a public access television station. There's a woman who made a show, and she wrote a book called The Holy Libel, which I thought was very good. She talks very, very disparagingly about the Christians. I love all you Christians. I think you're fabulous as long as you don't kill the homosexuals. Not that I am one. Okay, I'm not. I'm a man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got some classes coming up here, probably first part of March. Film Actors Cafe. I'm going to be teaching them right here on this stage in this room. And you can find my website at filmactorscafe.com. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Aaron McIntyre. That's it. But it's A-E-R-O-N. It's not A-A-R-O-N. Don't call me A-A-Ron. And it's not E-R-I-N because that's the gay way. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring up... Oh, Billy. Oh, yeah. I have the great pleasure of bringing up... I don't want to spoil his tag, so I'm just going to say he's brilliant. His name is Billy. And his last name is Ramirez. Give it up. Beautiful.
Thank you very much. I have notes here, and that's fine because it's open mic. And I literally just finished writing the first draft of this set a couple hours ago. My name is Billy Ramirez, and I am ticklish. I am not scared to tell you that I am ticklish. And the reason I am not scared to tell you that I'm ticklish is because I am violently ticklish. I'm so violently ticklish. I wouldn't even try to tickle me. Like, no, not even, don't even try. Not even a test tickle. You can keep your testicles to yourself. Don't even try. When you hear the word ticklish, you might think of like a giggly child or, just joy. And, that's not me when I'm being tickled, right? When I get tickled, if you tickle me, there's a chance you might end up having to buy new furniture. Just like, that's the kind of violently ticklish I am. It's like, Doug, I am so sorry. Like, I did not mean to suplex your grandma, but she had it coming. Also, I think she's gonna be fine, but that coffee table is toast, man. You know what? Just in case, I'm gonna hit her life alert. Just in case. I am so violently ticklish that I once accidentally ended a relationship because of my ticklishness. I was just one summer day. I was just staring out into nowhere, out on the balcony, and she comes up behind me. Tickle. Oh my God! I am so sorry. Let me see your nose. Let me see. Ooh. Full Picasso. Ugh. It's not that bad. It was pretty bad. And that was also the start of her blue period. So, yeah. Let's see. So I'm in my 40s, and I know I should grow up and be more adulty. But I don't want to because it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look funny. Like, I should... By now, I should probably, in a different life, I would have a silver minivan and drive around 4 kids. But like that, it doesn't sound fun. I don't want to do that. Like, it's just parenting, as far as I know, is still 24/7, probably even more. Like, it's just exhausting, right? So, I don't know. Like, I would try, parenting if you could lease children. Like, if you could lease children, I would try parenting. Like, right now, I wouldn't mind jumping into 36-month lease on a pre-owned 2022 model, I'd pay more if the kid's out of diapers. Maybe try, some people might want a longer loan, where you start off with a nice little toddler and you can turn them back in right before they start getting all long and gangly and they're all like made up of like core, like elbows and knees, and they start to have opinions on things and they want to share them with you, and they have these goofy buck teeth. And I'm thinking specifically of one friend's kid there, and I'm hoping eventually I will get confronted with that, about that joke. It's like, hey, the joke about the goofy gangly kid with the buck teeth? Like, that's not about my kid, is it? And I'm like, oh, heavens, no. Why would you think it's about your kid? But if you think that, tell me in exacting detail why you think the joke about the annoying kid is about your kid. So anyways, because I need more material. Dang it! I thought I was gonna make it through without looking at my notes. Right, yeah, that's the one. And also, in this day and age, feeding your kids, is expensive. So is insuring them. It's just, I think the way America's going, everything's changing, but we need additional changes. Like, for example, on your license, how you can designate yourself as an organ donor? Right. So with the way America's going and the way our insurance is, I think you should also be able to designate yourself with other options, like maybe do not resuscitate. Just imagine you get in a car wreck, you have no insurance, and then you're a quadriplegic. Do you want to be a quadriplegic for the rest of your life and foot the bill for it? No. At that point, it's like, if the paramedics, find your wallet in your back pocket, which is now tucked under your chin because, you had a horrible car wreck, and then they see that, DNR on you, you're going to be happy that there was the DNR sticker on that. I don't know, but the way the world's going, another option to get health insurance is just with ICE running around and wrangling people up, just walk around with a fake Mexican driver's license, Yeah, that way you get free health care and a vacation. Dang it. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm not married. I don't have kids, and that puts me at a disadvantage when it comes to material as a comedian. Because those are tried and true, reliable sources of comedy, and I don't have that. So, and also sometimes I wonder why I do comedy because I've led a really boring life. It's like I don't have any fun. I don't have fun stories. Back in the day I was the touring drummer for so and so, and I had nothing. Just been working office jobs, but I do know why I'm in comedy, because I love comedy, and I'm also attracted to careers where it's nearly impossible to make money in, like stand-up comedy and video games and writing, staring out the window, looking at squirrels, things like that. But anyways, and dang it, I got to look at my notes. All right, that's the one. Yes. So in my 40s, I still have dreams of being a professional wrestler. I still do. But I'm in my 40s. I can call myself a middle-aged muchacho. And so my wrestling character would be a self-aware middle-aged man who walks out to the ring wearing khakis, polo, New Balance shoes, and a Trader Joe's tote bag full of braces, bandages, and balms. And yeah. And then, and I would only take reasonable challenges. It's like ladder match. Did you say ladder match? No. How about a bladder match where we could see who can go the longest without peeing? Yeah. So I've been a drummer a lot longer than I've been a comedian. I've been a drummer since the late 1900s, and I love saying the late 1900s to people my age, because some their buttholes tighten up real tight, and then some laugh, and those are the people that I want to hang out with. But when I first started doing comedy, it felt so strange being up here by myself. It's just because it felt like I got to a gig and the rest of the band didn't show up, and somehow I lost my drums on the way there, and it's just up to me to just entertain everyone. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. I can make trumpet sounds with my mouth, But speaking of trumpet sounds, I was listening to Miles Davis the other day. And when I listen to jazz from that era, my mind eventually starts to wander about how angry those sons of bitches all were. All those jazz cats were really, really angry. So I start to drift off thinking about the dichotomy between jazz, jazz and doom, 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 and and being threatened, with your life, Just imagine going to one of those jazz gigs back in the day. It's just, you're just like 2, 3, 4, doom, 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 doom. Jones, goddammit, you come in late one more time. I'm gonna drag you in front of everyone, and I'm gonna stomp you until you die. Okay? If you think I'm joking, just try me. Just try me. 2, 3, 4, doom, 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 doom. Anyways, yeah. So I lost what was my transition there? I lost myself. Enjoying myself a little too much. Drumming. Right. Yes. Okay. I can't read my own notes. So, as a drumming comedian, I mostly enjoy being up here in front of you because part of me still wants to be in the cozy privacy of behind a drum set. It's great. It's so cozy that when I was in a band, I used to drive my band leader Sean crazy because sometimes I would just read between songs. Which is also my way of saying that sometimes he talked too damn much between songs. Like, Sean, no one cares about your trip to the farmer's market and whatever with the pomelos. Like, he's still going. I guess I'll crack open another book, And then inevitably he, says like, oh, it's the green flash, ready to go. And then he looks at me angrily and goes, oh, my bad, Sean. I'm sorry. I was reading about a caterpillar that was very hungry. So, anyways, like, so far so good. I can't wait to see how it ends. Anyways, but talk amongst yourselves while I try to interpret my own notes. Yeah. Yeah. So, as evidenced by me being here on a Friday night of Valentine's Day, I am single. But I don't mind. I'm like, I don't know if it's my introverted side that usually wins out most of the time, but I don't mind being single. And damn it, I lost that. I jumped something. No, I jumped a note because I forgot the. So here, sorry. So, I don't mind being single because, to me, if you're single long enough, eventually jumping into a relationship feels like some weird reverse divorce where you lose like half your time, half your space, most of your money. Like, no, I'm kidding. I'm not one of those hacky, women be shopping all the time, but comedians, but I am too picky for my own good. I have to admit, I think so. Like, for example, I recently stopped dating a woman because I asked her what her favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle was. And she said Donatello. And I didn't think I could be repulsed by a woman who knows and appreciates the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I realized that until she said that her favorite was Donatello, right? Because if you don't know them, one's got nunchucks, right? And then one's got two shiny stabby forks. Another one's got two swords, and she picks the one with the broken mop. What is that? I don't understand that. I don't know, but maybe if she was subconsciously trying to tell me that she going out with dudes with big old poles or whatnot. But in any case, it wasn't going to work out. So anyways, but my name is Billy Ramirez. You can find me at billyramirez.com. And please, all right, everyone, get ready. Buckle up for this. We have a new LA School of Comedy debut set coming up right now. Okay, so everyone, buckle up for the comedy of Spencer. What's your last name? Keneally. All right, Spencer Keneally.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, Yeah, how you doing? This is my first set. I am too single. Been so for a long time, and running into some issues. That said, I don't really think it's my fault. I feel like it's a natural thing. I mean, I recently was going to an elevator. I hit the button, and I'm just waiting there, kind of minding my own business. The door opens, and there's a very attractive girl standing there. And my first thought was, you pass a stranger on the street, you kind of do like a head nod. I do that, and she just kind of rolls her eyes. And I'm like, oh, God, I feel so terrible already. What did I do? And the other day, I was standing in line at the bank. And I think that most people are kind of turned on or attracted to strength. It's not me. Okay, so I'm at the bank and I'm in line, and I'm standing with another attractive girl, and there's a guy who is about a foot taller than me, and he comes in and he walks directly in front of us and cuts the line. Which, if you know anything about lines, you don't do that, right? But my first thought is to just kind of stand there and just say, well, the guy cut in line. That's what it is. Unfortunately, the girl looks back at me and kind of gives me like a, what is this about? And kind of like a, are you going to do anything? And my first thought is absolutely not, right? Right? Why would that fall on me? I'm also cut, you're cut, you do something. But she was attractive, so I think, okay, maybe, if I show some type of spine, I can do something. And then I just let it go. So she kind of turns around and she looks at the guy and she goes, hey, there's a line here. There is a line here. And I said, and I'm just standing there and I'm just kind of like, oh, he turns around, he looks at her and he goes, you shut up, bitch. And my first thought is like, this guy's crazy. Like, let's leave the bank, right? But my first thought is, let's leave the dang bank. This guy is crazy. He should not be here. We should not be here. But then she gives me another look like, you going to do something? Like, you're the guy here. You're taller than me. He's taller than you, but you should still do something. But my first thought is, of course, no. But then I'm like, okay, I got to do something. Like, he disrespected this lady. I'm standing in line. I'm the only other guy in line. I got to do something. So my first words are like, hey, man, right? Which is not the first words you say to a bully. Right. It's not, hey, man. He turns around and he says, You wait your turn, bitch. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait my turn. And it's like, this guy's clearly having a bad day. Why am I going to set fuel to fire? And the girl looks at me and she kind of takes a step towards the guy. And I'm like, oh God, I lost that one as well. Anyways, so my sister's dating. First of all, I'm not going to. Well, no, fifth of all, I'm not going to fill the first or the 10 minutes. My sister's dating an autistic fellow. He's a great guy. My family doesn't know a lot about autism. That said, my mom especially does not know a lot about autism. She's Korean. She's from and they've got autistic people in the old country, but she just never really cared to learn about them. So she, just kind of yells at the guy, talks loud at the guy, which I'm like, Mom, that's not what you do to autistic people. So she'll be like, hey, Justin. Hey, Justin, do you want kimchi? Like, Mom, he is not deaf, okay? He is not, I promise you, this is a different thing. This is a different thing entirely. This is the exact thing that you don't want to be doing, okay? And then she goes, well, how do you do it then? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. They don't like sharp edges or something. Just don't do it the way you're fuck, Justin, do you want kimchi? But anyways, so yeah, I screwed that up. Justin doesn't like me. For the only other part I have written for this, do you guys know a lot about the Kanye drama?
Yes.
Is you guys paying attention to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so... No, that's Diddy. Okay, so the baby oil is Diddy, which there's a lot there, but I mean Jesus, Kanye. If you've not been paying attention to Kanye, first of all, Kanye has been going off the rails for a while, and if you know one thing about me, which at this point is nothing, you know that you would know that I have been the most stalwart Kanye supporter for as long as I can remember. Everyone says, Kanye West, he's such an asshole. He does this. I'm like, you don't know the mind of Kanye. I mean, you gotta listen. You gotta listen to Devil in a New Dress, and you'll get it. You'll see it. I know everything he says is not kosher, but you just don't get it. And then I looking back recently, I'm like, that's not a word I should use with Kanye. Is kosher. Okay, so let me just say, so if you don't know about what Kanye's recently been doing, he dropped another clothing line. And one of the shirts that is causing the controversy is just a swastika shirt. And it's not dressed up. There's nothing on the side of it. It's not hidden. There's no hidden meanings. It's just white canvas, black swastika, right? And I have to go talk to the people who I kind of use the word, look, I know Kanye's not kosher. And it's so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing because there's nothing to do, right? I'm like, they're kind of looking and be like, hey, you're wrong. And I'm like, I get it. But then I imagine Kanye. I mean, you have to think about the amount of, blocks that Kanye had to get through to get the swastika T-shirt on the shelves at Walmart, right? And, and it's just like I said, black swastika, white shirt. And you have to imagine that he had a bunch of his people around and they were kind of all hanging out. And they don't know what's coming. And it's Kanye. He's sitting in the corner. I'm sure they had music going. All of his people are around. There's a white canvas just on the end of the wall, and Kanye is kind of like moving around, kind of getting his vibe going. There's a paint bucket. Everyone's like, what's going to come? What's going to come? What's going to come? He dabs the paintbrush in the bucket, walks up and just draws a swastika. And everyone's like, the fuck? Like, what the fuck did that come from? Anyways, that's all I got. I'm sorry, guys.
No, brother. Thank you. You're supposed to say thank you, not I'm sorry.
Thank you.
My name is?
My name is Spencer.
And you can find me on?
Spencer_Keneally.
Spell Keneally.
I know. Keneaoy.
I love it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Very nice.
That was easy, right? That was easy. That was easy. Oh, I got something that's going to be real fun for you. Let's bring her up. She's a rock and roll star. Let's give it up for Shelley Zorfus.
How you guys doing? I don't give a shit. Anyway, so, you know, with Diddy, what I want to know is, did he or didn't he? Could you make up your mind? And Billy, you got up here and you reminded me of something. So when I was younger and I was dating, you didn't want a guy with a lot of baggage. You didn't want to hear about his paying alimony. You didn't want to hear about his paying child support. You just didn't want the guy with baggage. But now that I'm this age, it reversed itself. These days, a man in my age range that doesn't have alimony, doesn't pay child support, is way full of baggage. It's the exact opposite. So I have two sons. One lives with me and one's on the East Coast. And he calls me up and he goes, Mom, can I come for 2 weeks? I go, sure, Andrew, come on down or come on to this coast. And he never leaves the house. This is Los Angeles. He's on his Switch, his Nintendo, his Xbox. And one night I come home and he's still sitting on the computer. I go, Andrew, I got to take you out with real people. There's a little comedy club at the Formosa Cafe. I said, we got to go. So we go into this little comedy club, and it has like 5 or 6 little tables. And the MC stands up and he goes, you're a couple and you're a couple, and you can't be a couple. You must be his mother. And he makes fun of me the rest of the night because I'm the oldest one in the room. I'm okay with it. That's what comedians do. They make fun of you. But he opened his mouth one time too many. And he's up there on the stage, and I stand up, and I interrupt him, and I go, you talking about me? You're not talking about me. I still swallow. And I said, if this, MC thing doesn't work out, I hear they're hiring at the TSA. So, speaking of the TSA, I brought my son to the airport on the 7th, and they let me go all the way up to the plane because my son is autistic. And his name is Justin. That's for real, man. And I look at the x-ray machine and going, no, I am not going through any more x-rays. So they tell me to step left. And it took them a half an hour to get someone to feel me up. Half hour. And a man calls me up finally. He goes, spread your arms, spread your legs. He starts touching me all over. He goes, ma'am, are you okay? We're finished here. I say, listen, buddy, I haven't had anything in 5 years. Could you just give me another minute? And I hear if this TSA thing doesn't work out for you, I got some connections at the Formosa Cafe. Maybe you want to be an MC. So I love to shop, and Macy's is still my favorite. And I'm perusing the aisles, and I hear, attention, Macy's shopper. Getting married? Join our bridal registry. Need fine china? Need flatware? Join our bridal registry. And they have it all wrong. They should listen to me. What they should be saying is, attention, Macy's shoppers. uncoupling, divorcing, separating, need a wine rack, a cot, join our divorce registry. That's where the money is. That is where the money is. So before the thank you. Before the pandemic, periodically, I'm at the age where they invite you to a fancy dinner so they can sell you something. Dinner's all paid for. Very nice salmon or steak or something. And you get all dressed up because they wanted to sell you some retirement product. And it hasn't happened in years, ever since the pandemic. But you know what? I recently got another invitation after all those years. And I was like, oh, wow, it's Taroni's on Beverly. And I'm like trying to wear something nice. Maybe I'm even going to meet someone. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what's for dinner. And what are they selling? And then I read on. And you know what they're selling? They're selling my cremation. My cremation. That's what they're selling. Cremation packages. I'm like, fuck you. Keep your salmon. I'm not doing it. I don't need to find out about cremation. So who knows the song, I'm a Rhinestone Cowboy? Can you sing just the first bar? Okay. It's like, I'm a rhinestone. Yeah, they changed. Thank you. They changed it. Do you know what's going on with limestone? Anybody watching Fox? You don't? So what they found, what Musk found and Doge, is that there's an underground tunnel with tens of thousands of pieces of paper in it for all the government employees who are retiring. They actually have a fucking limestone tunnel. You have to go down and write everything by hand. So the song should be changed to, I'm a limestone cowboy. So let me just, I try to read, but I'm too nervous. So today's kids, they used to have to go to a shrink to get a diagnosis. But the diagnoses are so common that they know better than the doctors. So they're like, oh, you have ADD, and you have ASD, and you have erectile dysfunction. So group A is the Abilify group. And Group C is the Concerta group. They don't need doctors. Now, when you wanted to have children in my day, you know what you did? Does anybody know what you did to have kids? You had sex, right? Okay, but these kids don't have sex anymore. You know what they do when they want to have a kid? They go to the fridge and the sperm bank. Do you understand the fridge and the bank? They don't have to have sex anymore. They actually do. And they pay money to freeze the eggs and freeze the sperm. It's incredible. Okay. Oh, my son tells me that they're making Frozen 1. Well, they already have. They're making another sequel, Frozen 2, Frozen 3. And I said, you know what? They should call it The Frosted. Okay, last glance. Okay. So my name is Shelley Zorfas, Tzorfas. I'm big on Facebook, and you can find me, or szorfas@gmail.com. Thank you very much. And I'm going to introduce...
Johnny. Well, wait, before you introduce Johnny, I have to... Did you get my note about Mark? I have to pick up the suit before...
No, I didn't get it.
You didn't? Okay. Would you bring up Johnny B? And I think you're going to find him so interesting, Shelley, because he also has diamonds. And you love diamonds and pearls. Right?
Sort of. I like rhinestone cowboys.
And you're going to call me. And
Yeah. Yeah, this boy Spencer here, he's natural. He's a natural. All right, another Johnny? Oh my God.
I know.
How'd you do it? And everybody give it up for Johnny B, who's also a lifeguard or what are you?
I'm Suna's personal bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
All right. First of all, good evening and happy Valentine's Day to everybody. My name is Johnny Brawl. I'm Suna's personal bodyguard. Holy shit. 1 minute. I got well, I don't know how much time I'm going to put up today, but who cares? Earlier today, I was at my parents' jewelry store in LA, and I had some guy come up to me. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a diamond engagement ring." I was like, "Okay, I could help you with that." He goes, "I'm looking for this specific ring." So he pulls up his Instagram account. I'm like, holy shit, that's a nice ring. So it's an emerald cut diamond, about 2 carats, and he wants a Pacific setting, like a semi halo setting. And I call my mom over here. She's like, "Mom, take a look at this ring." She goes, "Let me see." She goes, "Mom, that's the ring he wants." He goes, "Okay." So I charge him like $1,800 with a lab grown 2 carat emerald cut, perfect stone. Anywho, I told the guys, like, "Okay, you want it for $1,500?" He's like, "Sure." So he gave me $1,000 deposit. I said, "Give me 45 minutes. It's going to be ready." 35 minutes later, it's ready. The guy comes, he's like, "This is beautiful. I love it." He goes, "Okay, I'll give you the rest." So he gave me the rest, and then I gave him the certificate, right? And he goes like this, like, "Are you 100% sure this is what it is?" I go, "Listen, will you stop worrying? I've been with my parents over 20 years. Will you stop worrying, for God's sakes, please? I got this covered." Anywho, so he got in a size 7, which is a perfect size, which, that's kind of normal. And then about an hour later, after I made that deal, that transaction, this guy comes. There's another guy comes. He goes, "Excuse me, sir, I'm looking for a tennis bracelet." I go, "Okay, tennis bracelet." And I go, "Which one do you want?" He goes, "I like that tennis bracelet right there." And he picked out an adjustable tennis bracelet. It's half white gold top, yellow gold adjustable, so you can adjust to to your wrist. So I made that deal 1 hour later for like, I think it was about $2,000. Then after I went to lunch, and I come back, and my mom's like, "What did you eat for lunch?" I go, "Lamb chops." She goes, "Son, how come you never asked me to cook you lamb chops?" I was like, "Mom, Mom, 20 times I asked you to make me freaking lamb chops. You're not making me not one goddamn proportion of a freaking lamb chop." It's like, "Okay, goddamn, quit it." It's like, "Okay, sorry." After I spending $30 for a nice plate of lamb chops from an half Armenian, half Turkish restaurant on the 7th Street, St. Vincent Jewelry Building in Los Angeles. After I get back, and some guy comes up to me, he's like, "Excuse me, sir, do you buy gold?" I go, "Yes." I go, "Yeah, I do buy gold." He whips out of his pocket like this. He had 21 gram gold bars, about this big, 21 gram gold bars. He goes, "What do you want to do?" It's like, I need the money really badly, so I gotta pay off my mortgage." I go, "Holy shit." I go, Mom, come here." She goes, "What happened?" She goes, "This guy wants to sell 20 of his 1 ounce gold bars." I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Son, go take him to that place." I was like, "Okay, I'll go take him." After I went over there, I left him over there with the guy, and I get back. So I get back, I get a phone call. I go, "What happened?" He goes, "Did you make the deal?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You need to get your butt back upstairs." So, okay, I ran back. I'm running back, and one of my friends was like, "Johnny, slow down." I was like, "No, goddamn it, I'm a football player. Okay, leave me the fuck alone. I'm a fucking football player, for God's sakes. I'm like Deion Sanders, man. I gotta run, man. I gotta hustle. Move, man, move." He goes, "Johnny, when was the last time you ever ran that fast with those shoes that you're wearing?" I was like, "Listen, bro, I may be 43 fucking years old, and you tell me how the fuck I run? What the fuck you think I'm that fucking tortoise? How the fuck that tortoise beat the hair bullshit?" I was like, "Give me a fucking break, man. I'm 43 fucking years old, weighing 260 pounds, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, come on, man, give me a break." He goes, "Okay, man." And I go, "I'm in a hurry." So I ran back. I'm going to the Plaza 2 of the building, ran right upstairs. It was like 6-7 floors later. I'm all the way upstairs. And then he goes, "Here, give me an envelope, like about $500 full of money." I ran back downstairs. After I said thank you, I ran back downstairs. My mom's like, "What happened?" It's like, "Mom, guy gave us $500. Like, He goes $500 all because you sold 20 of those 1 credit 1 ounce gold coins. He goes, yes, Mom. It's like, what the hell you want me to do? Ask for $1,000? Ask for $2,000 on Valentine's Day? I can't take my wife. I don't have a wife, Mom. Shit, $500 fucking bucks. Yeah, for $500 fucking bucks on Valentine's Day, that's not even a steak dinner for me anymore. Anywho, so last but not least, I'm coming over here to LA School of Comedy. I'm on the bus. Heading over here. I'm on Santa Monica Boulevard off of Beverly Glen. I get picked up on the number 4 line on the way here. There's a bus driver gotten already in an argument with a passenger that got picked up, and they're still fighting. I get on the bus on the back, the middle side of that bus on the number 4 line, and then I stand in between the passenger and the driver, and then I saw that driver. I was like, I got you. Just calm down. And she goes, okay. I told that guy, get off the bus. The guy goes, make me get off the bus. Goes, what did you just say? It's like, you make me get off the bus. And I told that lady in Spanish, like, la puerta esta, por favor. So, okay, no problemo. And I went like this. I stood there like this, and the guy goes, what are you going to do now, tough guy? He's like, oh, you want me to tell you what I'm going to do? I kicked him so hard, he flew off the bus, and I go like this to him. Next time, you better be on your best behavior, you moron. And next thing I get back on the bus, and then the lady goes, next time I ever see you see you wherever you are, let me know. I'll come pick you up. You can ride the bus for free. I said, all right, no problem. So I end up over here. Last but not least, sorry, excuse me. I got a little something in my eye. I apologize. Recently, during the rainstorm here, I'm coming home from the work, off of Wilshire and 14th, and heading this direction during the rainstorm, and the next thing you know, it's flooding, and like it's rain coming down hard, and I'm like, my friends were like, Johnny, are you gonna get on? Are you gonna go swimming or anything? I was like, no, I'm gonna go take a shower. It's like, okay. So I had I bought some stuff from Vaughn's where I work at, and next I'm like, and my friends are like, you're gonna catch a cold. I'm like, dude, just give me a towel, you moron. Give me a towel so I can clean myself. I was like, Johnny, but it's still raining. He was like, all right, calm down. So I get back home, and my mom's like, son, are you okay? He's like, why? He's like, you still got dashes all over your hair. It's like, all right, I'm going to go take another shower, okay, Mom? All right, you guys, I'm going to cut it short. I'd like to wish all you guys a happy Valentine's Day. My name is Johnny Brawl. You can find me also on Instagram, Master Brawl, or you can find me on IG or on Facebook. If you guys ever find me on IG, on one condition, if you guys need me for say, hey, I need a piece of jewelry, things like that, message me, no problem, I got you guys. And last but not least, I love you guys very much. Wrap it up. LA School of Comedy, right here on Santa Monica Boulevard, right off of Beverly. No, Santa Monica Boulevard off of Westwood. Peace out.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hey. Yeah, I think we're done. Did you end the show?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, okay. I didn't.